of Darkness gets canceled, and I get sick for 3 weeks. I don't know if I could do the show for tonight.
You've got mail.
Oh, what's this? Hello, work associates. Hi, this is Chris on my personal email address. Oh, I'm gonna have to write that down. I will still be gone this week. Bill will be traveling to Houston, and Harry is sick. We won't be doing the show this week. Oh, we all plan to be back next week. Do not do the show alone. Just don't do...
Reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network.
It's my show now. It's full of MMOs and hot chicks. Ooh, hot chicks. I've gone solo. It's finders keepers and I ain't giving it back. Mine, 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 mine. I have no pants on. I don't need Chris or Bill or Harry or Steve. Not even Steve. I'm all alone now. So you can bet I'm giving myself a raise. Yeah, I'm doing the show right now. Okay, let me call you back later. Quick shout out to my sponsors is Doghouse Systems. Doghouse Systems, if you're looking for a new computer, then check out some of the computer bargains over at Doghouse Systems. And if you use the coupon code MMO Reporter, you can double your RAM. And if you hate books, you really, really hate books, but you like listening to things, then you might want to check out audibletrial.com/MMO Reporter. Sign up for 1 month and get a free trial of audiobooks. Hello, minions. Welcome to MMO Reporter episode 172, the show that reboots the saga. The saga which is Layanor, the coolest host. The host with the coolest nickname. And I don't care if it's a woman's name in Dutch. Harry's not here. Harry can't pick fun at me about it. So ha! So with that out of the way, let's get into what I did in game this week. I have been playing a fancy classic MMO called Lord of the Rings Online. And to just be kind of short, because I know I've talked about this before over and over, I am currently at 27.81%. I probably will hit 28% in my rank, and that's going along very nicely. Other than that, I have been getting into a lot of the Humble Bundle games that I have been buying. A lot of the times I can get a whole bunch of games for a penny, or for $1, and I'm talking about 5 or 6 games at a time. The one game that's got me hooked right now is called Knights of Pen and Paper. And what it is a 2D game that you can play on your PC or your Android or your Apple Thangs, and it is a table of pixel role-playing game players. The GM sits away from you, and you can get a bunch of players to sit in front of him. They all cost gold, and they're all based off of real-life jobs. Like there's a pizza delivery guy. There is a teacher. There's your grandmother. There's your little brother. There's all kinds of people that you can get to come in and play and role-play. And you can set up battles, you can do quests, you can do all kinds of things, and it's very, very addictive. Download it. It is called Knights of Pen and Paper, and it's one of the coolest games that you can play on the bus doing laundry whenever you're out. Another game that I have been playing for a couple of weeks now is Hearthstone. The game is very addicting. I am a very big time Magic the Gathering player, and I quit playing about 4 or 5 years ago because the cards just got so silly. We used to actually make jokes about cards that said kill target player, and those cards actually did come out later on. So I stopped playing around that time. So this game has kind of rekindled the love that I have for collectible card games. And I have not been playing all of the characters. I've only been working on the mage, and I think I'm around level 26 or 27. And thankfully, Josh Augustine has helped me out a little bit with the game because I wanted to get the really cool card backings that are gold. And the only way that you could do it was to network in a coffee shop or some college or somewhere, just where a lot of people are, where they can link up and play. And I really don't have anything like that around here. So he hooked me up with a way to do it online, and that was awesome. So thank you, Josh Augustine. Maybe I'll have you on my show. Huh? Huh? And another game that I have been playing, and I've been playing this game for a long, long time, is Infectinator. Now, I've talked about this game before, so I'm just going to be kind of quick on it. Infectinator is you infect the world. Actually, no. You infect small towns and then later on larger towns with a virus that turns people into zombies. Those zombies run around, spread out, and start turning other people into zombies. And your job is to pick up a bunch of gold. And what you do with the bunch of gold is you go and you upgrade all your zombies to be even faster and do more damage, and so they take soldiers down in one bite. And you keep going until you take over the world. And I have been playing this game for probably about a year off and on. I do it whenever I do laundry. And the coolest thing is when you beat the world, you can beat it again to unlock more things like puking zombies, which are awesome, or virus nukes that just turn tons of people into zombies. And this is also a Android game, a PC game, and a Apple Thang game. I think it's on Apple Thangs. I'm not sure. I don't have an Apple Thang. I have an Android because it sounds cooler. And that's pretty much what I've been doing in game. So let's dubstep to the news. The big news this week is Elder Scrolls Online has announced that the console release is going to be delayed for 6 months. They say, while it has become clear that our planned June release of our console version isn't going to be possible, we have made great progress. We have concluded that we'll need about 6 more months to ensure we deliver the experience our fans expect and deserve. Aww, that's very, very nice of them. But I wonder what they have to work on here. I would assume that it would have to be gameplay experience with a controller. I don't really know. Maybe they just have to iron out some graphical issues and stuff like that too. But 6 months? Holy cow, that's a long time. So, fans who have been waiting for that on the console, you have quite a while to wait. So, keep playing Modern Warfare. In other news, in case you've been living underneath a MMO PC rock, the WildStar Open Beta is live. The game is getting really close to launch, and they are ready to go to just open it up to the masses and have everybody play it. My ex-co-host already talked about this last week, but it's worth mentioning again because it's going on right now, especially if you're waiting for that ESO console version. I know the game's kind of cutesy, and that's what really turns it off for me, but what Chris keeps talking about, also my ex-co-host, he keeps talking about how deep the game is and how a more not an original experience, but more of a classic MMO feel to it. And if you're into that kind of a MMO, you know, like some of the older ones, give this one a try. I can't get past the cutesy thing, and I'll let you all in on a story that I have not told in a long, long time. When I was a little brat, I'd have to say about 15 years old, I started working on a Halloween outfit. And we didn't really have that much money for a full Halloween outfit, so I just started gathering pieces every year. So the first piece that I got were some big old huge furry rubber gloves. And they had, you know, rubber nails on them and stuff like that and looked cool. Kind of like a old white ape looking hands. So that was my first year thing. I really couldn't do anything with it, but I had them. I just kind of sat on them for a year. The second year, I got feet, and they were, I think they were on clearance at some store, and I got them for really cheap, and they covered my shoes, and they were also like old white ape feet, and they had white hair on it, they had white rubber claws on them, matched perfectly. The third year was the final year. I actually got a mask before Halloween. And what it was a old man mask with white hair, and the skin matched all of the other parts, the hair matched all of the other parts. It was perfect. I just didn't know how to put it all together. Well, I happen to have a yellow raincoat, which covered everything on me except for my feet, my hands, and my face. I put that on, and I just looked like the creepiest fisherman guy ever. Um, and it was great. Love that outfit. Very original, very cheap. And I loved it so much that I went to Best Buy, and Best Buy had a costume contest going on. So I was like, awesome! I'm gonna win this thing for sure. I've built this thing for 3 years. It's taken me all this time to get this awesome outfit together. And I'm gonna go in there and win this. So I'm waiting in line with all these other kids and all these taller kids and shorter kids. I'm like, you guys ain't gonna win this. That was store bought. This is a complete get up, you know, built. That's just out of some plastic wrapper. Who's gonna vote on that? A cheap piece of whatever that is. So I finally get up there and I do my strut and I do I really can't talk in this thing and I can barely see in this thing too. So I'm just kind of like stumbling along looking all zombie-ish and I get some reactions from the people that are voting and they're like, whoa, what, you know, like, whoa. So I'm like, awesome, I got this in the bag for sure. Done deal. And I didn't win. They pulled up the winner, who was a kid about came up to about my armpits, little brat, and he had his face painted purple, and he had a net bag around his body, a net bag, and it was full of purple balloons. He was a bag of grapes. And he won. So, that started my hatred on cute. And unfortunately, because of that traumatizing event, I do not like WildStar. My secret is out. If I ever meet any of you at a convention, never give me grapes. Ever. A fun story from Lord of the Rings Online. A long time ago in Lotro's beta, there was a event where you would go into an arena and you would smack around a chicken. It was basically hockey with a chicken as a puck. Canadians didn't like it, but Americans loved it quite a bit because we like KFC. When the game left beta, they took the game out. Nobody really knows why they took it out, or maybe it just wasn't finely polished down or anything like that. But People that have been in beta and have been playing the game since have been asking for this feature for a long, long time, and they've decided to put it back into the game. As far as I know, that it's going to pop up for 1 week every month or every 2 months. I'm not exactly sure, and they're not very clear on when they're going to do it. But if you were in Lotro's beta, and if you love that event, they have put it back into the game, and it will be popping up sooner or later. So look forward to that. Baka! A cool little MMO was kickstarted last year and developed to release. How about that? You don't hear that very often, do you? It is a game called The Stomping Land, and it's going to be available on Steam Early Access. It's going to be starting on May 23rd. It's going to cost $24.99, $25, and the game is basically a survival MMO. Now, I know what you're thinking already, because that's what I was thinking too. Zombies. Zombies again. Oh. No, it ain't. It is actually dinosaurs. So this is kind of a cross between a zombie MMO, because of the survival aspect, and Monster Hunter, which is you go out and you hunt down these monsters to try and get stuff from them. Now, I'm kind of assuming on that a little bit, because this game really hasn't been talking very much about what's going on. The game's a little bit different in the way that it's played. You're not really going to have an inventory. You have to have... You're going to be either equipping things, or you're going to have to hold them in your hands, and that's it. I don't know if they're going to come out with a bag system or not later on, but right now it doesn't look like there's going to be much of an inventory that you can carry around with you. Another thing, the game encourages players to form tribes, guilds, and just work together to survive. You can capture, you can even tame. You can capture, tame, or even ride dinosaurs. So it's going to be very interesting what players do in this world, and it is a very cool idea in the first place. So if you're looking to try something new and you have Steam, you might want to try this. Once again, our sponsors for today's show of my show is Doghouse Systems, doghousesystems.com. If you want a Coolio computer, then you want to get this Coolio code, MMO Reporter. Type it into the website when you buy a computer, and it will double your RAM. And if you're driving around with a book in your hand, swerving from the other side of the lane because you're trying to read your book and avoid traffic, that is not the way to do it. You need to sign up for a free month at audibletrial.com/MMO Reporter and get 1 month free of audiobooks. I mean, come on. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. And that's it for this week's show. I'm pretty sure those other guys aren't going to be here because they're fired. So, hey, I'll see you all next week. Yeah, I'm getting to it, yeah.